Good morning, students. In last video, we had discussed about the verbal and non-verbal communication. In this video, we are going to discuss about the visual communication and written communication. So let's start with visual communication. Communicating by the use of a non-verbal medium such as visual ads, posters, logos, signboards, hoarding, and so forth. It's referred to as visual communication. So here is some pros, advantages of visual communication. First one, it reinforces other form of communication. Visual ad, when used with other forms of communication, such as oral communication or written communication, it makes the message more clear and understandable. For example, when your teacher is explaining the working of digestive system of human body, a chart or animation explaining it makes more clear. Also, if a magazine is talking about the atrocities in the some part of the world and so picture illustrating it, it makes the article more impactful. It can explain a thing in the way which are not possible through the words. The famous quote, "A picture is worth 1,000 words," makes it clear. Sometimes a concept or message is better conveyed through picture than words. For example, a manager wants to know which year in the last decade the company made the biggest profit. Then a graph like one is more fruitful than the lengthy and text report. By using graph, he can easily uh, show the growth of company. Next one, it clears the barrier of qualification or language. Visual communication can successfully convey internet message to all without any prerequisite of knowing a specific language or subject. Visual illustration, picture, and so on easily connect with the audience and deliver a message underneath. There is one the disadvantages. Like other form of communication, the visual communication also has some cons. These are comparatively uh, comparatively expensive. Visual medium is comparatively expensive medium of communication. It has some cost involved for producing the visual medium such as pamphlet, posters, pictures, logos, etc., which requires extra working hour to produce and additional cost of producing it concerning machines, paper, boards, screen, and so forth. Requires specialized storing. Visual ads are not only costly to produce but also requires a specific way of storing them. Also, there is some cost associated with the storage of the visual ads. For example, a company carries out a charity campaign every year. It has some banners which it wants to keep safe until next year. Now, a storage of these banners requires a specific place and a specific form of storage so that these banners remain safe for a year. Next one, time consuming. Preparation of visual ads consume times. While it is instant to see words, preparing a poster or logos requires much time compared to it. All form of visual ads consume time for their preparation. Not a complete form of communication. Visual ads enhance communication, but they are not a full form of communication. They require some other form of communication to precisely deliver a message. Next one is some advantage and disadvantage of written communication. Conveying message or information through written means is known as written communication. Like other form of communication, it has also its own share of pros and cons. The written communication offers the following advantages. Permanent storage. The written communication can be stored or recorded permanently for later use and reference. Thus, it is preferred mode of communication for official communication. Stands and legal holding. The written communication has a legal standing than other form of communication. For legal purposes, the documents must be in written form as per legal specification. The signed documents are fully accountable legally. It facilitates reuse. A written message or document can be reused, duplicated, and used as many times as required. Mass circulation possible. Written communication can be produced in bulk or duplicated multiple times, which make it possible to reach reach message. For example, a book written by author can reach its readers in millions across the world. Suitable for lengthy messages or information. The written communication is the most suitable for representative lengthy information. For example, budget, reports, manuals, and so forth. It conveys sincerity. Written documents are seen as the representation of company's ideology. Written pamphlets, posters, etc. help build the image of a company in positive and hence add to, to the goodwill of the company. We can say that in the goodwill building of a company, written documents play a considerable role and impact. Identical. Written communication, when duplicated or produced in bulk, maintain its identity. All its copies are identical and hence the same message gets delivered to its reader. So these are some advantages, and now next one, the disadvantages of written communication. First one is costly. Key writing requires persons hours and also has some other costs involved such as pen, paper or electronic media like smartphone, laptop, network, etc. All these things carry some cost. Hence, written communication is costly affair. Next, time consuming. Writing takes time. It is not an instant form of communication, unlike oral communication. A barrier of qualification or languages. Written communication requires that the reader knows to read the document in the language it is written into. If the reader is illiterate or does not know the language of the document, the message will not get delivered. Cost and storage. Written documents require a specific form of storage, which has some cost associated with it. If being stored on paper, then the paper cost, binding cost, cabinet cost are all involved. For storing in electronic form, it requires a specific storage devices such as hard disk, flash drive, internet cloud, etc., which have their costs. So these are four types of communication: verbal or oral communication. Oral communication in this meeting, teleconference, informal talk, video conference, oral presentation, discussion, telephonic talk, public speaking, lectures, etc. are involved. Next one, non-verbal communication. In the non-verbal communication, it involves facial expression, tone of voice, body language, hand movement, gesture, proximity, warmth in appearance, enthusiasm, mood, etc. in the nonverbal communication. In the visual communication, it involves the logos, signboards, signs, signals, charts, graphs, images, pictures, illustrates, cartoon animations, etc. in the visual communication. And the written communication involves letter, email, fax, magazines, article, book, document, reports, notices, newsletters, business cards, media releases, legal documents, manuals, etc. So these are the four types of communication. Now let's move to next topic: impact of body language. You have read in your earlier class that 93% communication takes place without words, and out of 93%, about 55% contribution is of body language. This fact makes the body language the most important aspect of your personality and how our image is formed among people. So it is essential for everyone to know how to work on own body language so that we come across a positive, helpful, warm, and mature personality. Go through the lines. I am going to tell you. First one, touch of body language. Always stand with a straight back and relaxed posture. Keep your arms by your sides. Do not fold. Sit with a straight spine. It means when you sit, sit straight. Don't lose your body. Smile as you enter in the room. Greet others with a smile. Offer a firm but gentle handshake. Make eye contact while speaking to someone. Actively and attentively listen to the speaker in the conversation. Nod when engaged in a conversation as listener. Keep your shoulder relaxed down. Put even weight on both feet. Just stand solid. And here are some don'ts. Don't forget, do not lean on walls or your friends' objects. Don't fake your smile, smile genuinely. Do not drop your shoulders, do not slouch. Don't fold your arms over your chest. Do not lean forward or backward while sitting. Don't look away while in conversation. Don't keep your hand in pocket while talking. Don't get too close to your listeners. Respect their intimate zones. That's a proximity rule. Do not touch your face repeatedly. So there are some activity. Please don't do this type of some activity while talking with the other people. So these are some type of communications were discussed in this chapter. So that's all for today. Thank you.